Welcome to the most listened to golf in the world, the Fairways of Life show, on air, online, and around the world, with the most candid interviews, unforgettable stories, taking you beyond the ropes. Here's your host, New York Times best-selling author, Matt Adams.
I don't know if I've ever been more excited to deliver this line, but welcome into the PXG Custom Studios. You have never played like this before. The thousands of faithful are already pouring into the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando, Florida. This is the last day of the PGA Show, and there's been plenty of love for everything that can be seen, particularly here at the PXG booth where we are home today. Brad Schweigert is joining me, the COO at PXG. What's up, brother? Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
This was revolutionary, PXG at this PGA Show. How's it been?
It's been incredible. I mean, look around. This is, such a cool industry experience, and to be here for the first time with PXG, this is incredible. This has been such a fun experience. The feedback that we've gotten from all the professionals and attendees that have been here on our brand, and they're just so excited for us to be here, and we're excited to be here as well.
What were your expectations when you decided to attend this PGA Show, and were those expectations met with the reactions you're talking about?
I think, the reason why we came here is because we wanted to show to the industry that we were here and part of the industry, and we wanted to engage. And we have a lot of great programs where our brand is continuing to grow, and we wanted to communicate all the things that we offer to all the partners out there. And, our expectations was, hey, we want to come in, and we would come in a way that's not like, I think a lot of people, when they think of PXG, they think, we're like the brand to love to hate to some degree for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And so they look at us and they think we're arrogant. We think we have all this stuff. And at the end of it, we actually have a lot of great stories to tell. There's a lot of meat underneath the hood for our brand.
Yeah.
And so we want to tell those stories, want to engage, want to show who we are, and the feedback has been incredible. Really beyond our expectations. I think so many people didn't really know who we are. A lot of the feedback that's out there is from people that never really experienced our brand or our products, and so to be able to show that, it's like they just didn't know. And so that's, I think, opening the hood and allowing them to see who we are, I think it makes a big difference.
Very cool. Hey, Andrew, if you could roll some of that live shots that you have of the showroom floor, because Brad, when we talk about, your life professionally, obviously the PGA Show has meant something. You're back here again, and you see this level of engagement and enthusiasm. It's kind of incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, great for the game of golf. This show, it's been over a decade since I've been here the last time, and I've been impressed with the level of traffic, the enthusiasm. I think golf has never been more popular than it is today. When you look around, you have young people wanting to play. You have all these celebrities and athletes that are loving the game, and it's so cool to see as a golfer myself and somebody who loves and has a passion for the game. It's just great to see the game in such a good place and with such a bright future.
It's no doubt about that. And very much a part of that story is the evolution in equipment. You talked about that you guys have a lot of stories to tell. One of those stories to tell is what you're doing right now with your product offerings to the marketplace. You want to start with the Metalwoods?
Yeah. We have we just launched a new Lightning line of products that features our new Lightning drivers, and these things are incredible. When we sat down to try to design this product, we had three goals in mind. We wanted to make them faster, we wanted to make it more forgiving, and we wanted to make it more versatile. So we did that in an incredible way. We have absolutely maximum ball speed performance throughout all four of the models. We've used a special technology called frequency tuning, where we match the natural frequency of the vibration in the face to the duration of the golf ball. It gives us a little bit more speed, and we're able to stay within the USGA rules, but just maximize that performance. The 10K Plus has an incredible amount of forgiveness, and all three profiles that you get within the product have feature a very forgiving, no matter where you hit it across the face. That's really important with driver technology, is because unfortunately, not all of us hit it right in the middle of the club face. So we need that club to perform no matter where you hit it on the face. And then, down through the fairways and hybrids, it's a really, really nice line of product that flat out performs.
Yeah, the thing that I'm looking at when I look at these clubs is just how gorgeous they are cosmetically, which means that not only have you pulled together the technology, but you're pulling together the optics as well, so that when you're looking down at the business end of the club, you have confidence in it. And as you were saying, Brad, this extends not only with the drivers, but through the entire family.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. For a club to be successful, it has to meet some basic elements. It has to look good, it has to feel good, and sound good, and then it has to perform. And so these things hit the nail on the head on all of those facets. There's some great, highlighting the Soul technology right now. One of the things that we did in order to really maximize the performance of the club is stiffen the sole geometry and push that natural frequency mode into the face, and that helps to boost that ball speed and get that maximum performance.
Now, I suppose it's almost a celebration of the obvious to say the following, but the proof is really in the reaction that you're getting from people that have engaged, that have picked, that have tested, that have bought the clubs. What are you hearing back on the Metalwoods from the marketplace?
The first comment is, that it's fast and that it feels amazing. Like, that's the thing. Like, people talk about, the Black Ops was a good performing driver, and that was our previous model. But this one, when they right away, they noticed the speed jumps up, and they noticed the sound and the feel. They said, PXG drivers have never felt and sound like this one does. So, that's great feedback. It's very positive. And we have some, incredible new talent on the tour that are playing these products that,
come on, don't hold back on us.
I don't know if you guys have seen it. If not, you've been hiding under a rock, but we just signed Marco Penge, who's, top 30 player in the world, who's, flat out hammers it, as well as Aldrich Potgieter, who's, was the Rookie of the Year last year on tour, longest player on the tour. So, we those guys were two of the most sought after guys that were available this year.
Yeah.
And we felt, very fortunate that we're able to basically convince them to partner with our brand long term. And I've seen a lot of stuff out there. Oh, it's the money. These guys are playing for a lot of money. They don't make the decision based on just money.
Right.
Do they get paid? Yes, but it comes down to the product. And both of these guys were getting courted by everybody in the industry. And we had an opportunity to get our product in front of them. They love the product, and I think they made their decision a large part based on the product and the service and the brand that we provide, and the future opportunities that we provide versus just we can't pay them enough money for them to want to go do something that they don't believe in the brand and the product.
Especially with those two. I mean, if you and I were sitting around having a beverage someplace and we said, okay, pick two young guns and who are most likely a bit willing, able, more obviously they're willing, but able to win a major championship this year, I think those would be the two names that we'd pick.
Oh yeah, they're very special talents. I mean, I've been around golf for a long time. You see a lot of stuff. I mean, just one quick example. Aldrich was out last week as he was getting ready to go play in Palm Springs this week, and he came through, Phoenix and fine-tuned his product to get ready for the season. And he said his driver numbers are incredible. Everybody knows his driver numbers are off the charts. I mean, he cruises in the mid 190 ball speeds with his driver. It's sick.
It's crazy.
But one of the things I thought was so impressive is he said to me, he goes, I think this, our secret weapon, the mini driver, he goes, I think this might be my favorite club of all time. And I got to go out and see him hit it. And he reached 188 ball speed with the mini driver, not trying to hit it hard, just his normal swing. I'm like, that's those kind of numbers.
What was his total with the mini then? Like 320?
He was hitting like 325, 330. Yeah.
It's just
I mean, it's just like to have that kind of natural gift and ability is just you can't teach that kind of stuff. It's
What's your loft of the mini?
It's 13 degrees.
13 degrees. That's perfect. It's like the old 2-wood.
Yeah, it's been a really popular product. We have so many of our staff players that have it in the bag now, as well as quite a few non-staff players are using our version.
Are they dropping the 3-wood?
Yeah, most of them that are putting it in are using it in place of a 3-wood. A lot of them don't. A lot of those guys don't have a need for hitting a 3-wood off the turf, although they can do that. But yeah, it's really kind of an additional driver for them off the tee when, many of them nowadays they've set up and they like to hit their driver maybe one direction. So a lot of guys will like to fade their driver off the tee, and so the mini will be the one where they can draw it. So if the hole sets up for a draw, they'll use that. Or if there's bunkers at a certain spot that the driver might get him into trouble. They'll
So
use that off the tee instead of that. So it's like an alternative driver. And, you know, guys like Jake Knapp, he uses the mini off the tee, I think, more than he uses a driver nowadays. Like he loves that club.
another guy that hammers it off the tee. It's amazing. How about the irons, the new 0311 Gen 8s?
Yeah, these are incredible. You know, PXG has always been known for our iron technology. We have like the thinnest face in golf combined with a polymer core material that really sets us apart. The feel and the sound, and more than anything, it helps customers get the ball up in the air so easily. One of the most noticeable things when you look at the Gen 8 irons and why they're so unique and different is we have the dual weighting concepts where we've pushed, you know, the mass to the perimeter with our adjustable weights, and we've taken, you know, fitting to another level as well. So you have these two weights that sit to the heel and toe. You know, just if you keep the weights balanced themselves, so you have better perimeter weighting, better mass distribution, and it opens up the middle of the club so that we can engage the face even more during impact. So it helps you, the players, in so many great ways. But the thing that's really cool is that, you know, now you can, if you fight a mishit tendency, you have struggle with like either drawing or fading the ball a little bit too much, we can load the club a little bit more heel side or toe side to counteract some of those mishit tendencies. And it's really like getting a custom designed club for you that's fit to your like kind of natural tendencies. So that adjustable weighting allows us to do so much more in the fitting process than we ever were able to do in the past.
Because your fitting process is so consummate, what are you hearing from your fitters now with the new 0311 Gen 8s?
I've had fitters send me videos, like, because it's been fairly new. They're just getting to experience with it, but they've had about a month or so with it. And I've had them sending me videos, and they're like, this is game changing, because they'll have a guy who's like, you know, everything's fit and dialed in, and he's hitting maybe just like a feathery fade, and he wants to turn it over, and they're like, okay, let me try this. And so they do it, and then immediately his trajectory straightens out. You know, when we tested this in our independent testing, the data was really, you know, people aren't going to believe me when I say it, because basically, you know, we had a pretty good test group size, and 83% of the players that were tested could tell the difference, you know, based on where the weight configuration was. So if we put a heavy in the heel and a light in the toe, or a heavy in the toe, light in the heel, or neutral balance, they could identify how it was set up. We did it blind, but 100% of the players tested, you know, saw a difference in face to path, you know, with the different orientations. So when the weight was heavier in the heel, the face to path relationship was nearly 1 degree more shut than when it was in its neutral position. And when the heavy weight was in the toe, it was nearly 1 degree more open than in the neutral position. So, you know, a 1 degree shift in face to path is pretty significant. So to being able to do that without changing your swing or trying to do anything different, that's just a technology that really travels, and you know, people are seeing the difference already.
Awesome. You know, we started this conversation talking about the reaction to PXG being here at the PGA Show, asking you if it met your expectations. At this point, Brad, as the COO, I guess my last charge to you would be this. What message do you have to the world about PXG?
You know, we're here. I think whatever your preconceived notions of our brand, whatever you've experienced with our brand or haven't experienced with our brand, I think you owe it to yourself to come to us and try our products. I think you'll be impressed. I think, you know, we're here to provide the highest level of products and service that this industry has ever seen. And if we're not doing that, I want to hear about it so that we can get better, because that's what we're all about.
It's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Well done, and congratulations with everything you guys have accomplished. We'll be back with more live from the 2026 PGA Show. We're going to talk about some numbers in the golf industry, and I can tell you, they're pretty darn impressive.
Golfers today are a different breed.
Who? Me?
We see the game in a different way.
We all have our own style.
We swing our own swing.
But we have one thing in common.
We are all about the details.
Introducing the Revel line of grips from Superstroke. With 3 distinct offerings to choose from, the Revel is in the details.
In Ireland, golf is more than just a game. Come and experience our world-famous links courses and our world-famous Parkland courses, all set alongside world-famous scenery. And visit our world-famous historic sites. And while you're here, enjoy our world-famous hospitality. Fill your heart with Ireland at ireland.com/golf.
Ben Hogan Golf Equipment is back. Established in 1953, we serve golfers who demand excellence of their equipment. Designed by the game's best engineers, forged in the world's best foundries, and built to order in the USA. Don't settle for off-the-rack disappointment. Elevate your game with custom clubs at direct-to-consumer pricing. Exclusively at benhogangolf.com. That's benhogangolf.com.
The Rome clubs are costing you strokes. PXG can fix that for an amazing new price. PXG Black Ops drivers, double gold winning, effortless distance, and game-changing forgiveness. PXG Gen 7 irons, unmatched quality, precision, and a feel so pure you'll never want to swing anything else. Save your season and save with incredible new pricing on Black Ops and Gen 7. Book your fitting now. PXG, you've never played like this before.
Yeah, that is live here at the 2026 PGA Show. It has been so much fun this week. There's so much buzz in the air. You've probably heard me talk about it a lot over the last few months, really the last few years, in fairness, that so many people that are perhaps outside the game of golf look at the game and go, well, there's this strife at the top tier in terms of what the different tours are doing and thinking of each other and players, etc. But the game is 99.9% all of you. That's the people that are pouring into the Orange County Convention Center right now or out at Orange County National and testing all of the new products. The game is so healthy and in such a great place. Greg Nathan is the CEO of the National Golf Foundation. He can speak to the health of the industry. It's great to see you, my man. How's everything going?
Great to see you, Matt.
How would you describe the state of the industry right now? I know you had a big presentation on the main stage yesterday.
I mean, in many ways, it's the best it's ever been. And I mean, if you think about the situation right now, this is good. 2025 is the fourth of the last 5 years of all-time record rounds. So it all starts with how many people are playing.
How many rounds we're talking about all-time record?
Over 550 million.
Oh my gosh.
But it's pretty simple math right now. It's like if you've got more rounds and people are paying more for those rounds, even a guy like me who might have failed calculus at Lehigh, that's math that I can handle. So you know that golf facilities are more financially healthy than they've ever been. And it's one thing to, like, of course we study the game.
Yeah.
But we're not like living in an ivory tower. I mean, I work every day with the CEOs of the big management companies. And so I ask them, I say, here's what we're seeing. And I say, can you confirm that? You know, that it's the best time ever to be in the golf course business? And pretty much universally, they say the answer is yes. And that means an entire half of the industry that depends on golf courses being healthy is supported by that. Our founder, Herb Graffis, is famous for saying, it is the recreational golfer from whom all blessings flow.
That's what my point is right there.
Yeah.
So the obvious question is, why?
Because golf's the most amazing game in the universe, of course. You know, a lot of people find their way to say that, you know, it's all because of COVID. And what I would want to say to that is we saw, starting in 2017, actually coming off the bottom, if you will. Of course, COVID was an amazing catalyst. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a situation where your sport was deemed the only safe, healthy activity that, you know, was acceptable during COVID? But considering we're many years off of that and the trend has continued to go up in really many aspects of the game and the industry, COVID gets a little bit of credit, but it's really about what's going on with the companies in this business. Off course and social media have had a huge impact on making golf more accessible and more accommodating in terms of seeing people who look like you. Okay, it's not always what people see on a Saturday or Sunday on a tour broadcast.
Yeah.
You know, pristine everything. Instead, when you go to a Topgolf or you go to a simulator facility or you're looking on social media and you see regular people who love golf, and it's more about fun. That's what we want.
FUN, more about fun. That is, if there's anything you take away from the interview today, that's part of it. Now, today's broadcast is going around the world in North America. Those of you who are with us through ESPN. Is this a global phenomenon? Is the game this strong globally?
I can't say definitively, but we do work with Golf Australia. We do some work in Europe. And the reports from around the world are pretty much positive across the board. What we are able to track is golf course development. We maintain the definitive database of every golf course in the world. Mm-hmm. So we do see that there's more golf course development going on outside the U.S. Thailand is a particular place where it's happening at a different level. In the U.S., we've actually seen since 2006, every year since 2006, more closures than openings. It's part of a natural market correction, the relationship between supply and demand. Mm-hmm. But that's different around the world. The relationship between supply and demand in golf is different in other countries. Makes sense. In some places, they're undersupplied. And so we track that pretty carefully, but we're pretty U.S. centric relative to having a depth and breadth of data.
Right, really dialing it down.
Yes.
How do you define the National Golf Foundation, in case people don't know?
The NGF is best known as the definitive experts on the golf economy. Yep. And the state of the industry. So we are essentially the trade association for every golf-related business. Mm-hmm. And then we also have a wholly owned subsidiary, National Golf Foundation Consulting, where we do private work, private research, private marketing, different types of analytics and consulting. So we both study what's going on in the golf economy, and we work with some of golf's biggest companies. And that's what gives us our 360-degree view, mm-hmm. that the leaders in golf appreciate. What they want from us is to be the best informed leaders in golf. Yeah. And so the companies who support us through membership, that's what they get from us.
Beautiful. Now, you could see that the numbers are rolling through here. These are all brand new numbers that Greg introduced to the industry yesterday. Would you mind going through what we're looking at on our television screens and talk to us about it?
Sure. What you see here on the right side in the blue is looking at the last 8 years. I mentioned 2017 was when sort of we came off the bottom. Mm-hmm. So if you look at those 8 years, it shows 22% growth in the number of green grass golfers during that period, 5.3 million growth. Mm-hmm. And when we look at this growth period, what we thought we would do, Matt, is when's the last time that golf grew at this magnitude? Yep. And it was during what we loosely refer to as the Tiger boom. Yep. And it's amazing some of the comparisons that you can look at. Okay, so the 8 years between 1996 and 2003, 2004, we grew by 6.2 million versus 5.3. So we looked at this to see what we could learn. And what we find is that the most important thing that sort of underpins great periods of golf's growth, mm-hmm. is it's about security. Okay, it's especially about feeling financially secure, about feeling financially healthy. So what we did is we backed it up against the movement of the Dow Jones, and we backed it up against Case-Shiller Home Price Index to show the kind of growth that would express the feelings of financial security that the 8% of Americans who play golf, mm-hmm. that they feel. Now, what we see here is the growth in total golf participation, on and off.
Now, this is interesting to me because while you showed the on-course is slightly below the so-called Tiger effect, this now takes into account that there's a myriad of ways that people with club in hand can be a part of the game.
Yes, and let me clarify a couple things about the off-course things that we measure. So the NGF measures all different kinds of activity. So we even measure how many people play golf on a video game, how many people play putt-putt. But that is not what goes into our number. Mm-hmm. So there's 3 ways that people participate off course that we measure: golf entertainment like Topgolf, simulator screen golf, and driving range, whether it's traditional or gamified. Now, why do we only include these 3? It's because they hit a real ball with a real club with a full swing. And you know what that means, Matt? It means you can get shot euphoria.
I do love that. Yeah.
That means you can get golf's drug. And golf's drug is required for people to get hooked on the game.
Look at these numbers, Greg, that you're illustrating to us here.
Yes, and by the way, these aren't mutually exclusive. So someone like you, Matt, last year in 2025, you probably visited a Topgolf, you hit balls in the simulator, and you hit balls on a range. So you did all three.
Yep.
But this provides a little bit of scale in terms of the size of market for the number of people in the U.S. who did these three things.
I'm blown away versus 2019. Golf entertainment up 96%. Simulator screen golf 2019 up 156%. Driving range versus 2019 up 53%. It's amazing, and it's so healthy to see people consuming the game this way.
Yeah.
The wow factor.
And one of the things, we looked at that comparison of the two main growth periods. Well, what we look at is, do we think that recreational golf is more resilient today than it was during the Tiger boom? And if you think about this right here, well, we didn't have that in 2004, 2005, or through the Great Recession. Okay, so when I look at this, what I see is that golf is in such a better position to be resilient of some of these outside forces that would be, in our view, if anything were to happen to derail where we are, it's not inside the game.
Right.
Okay, it's outside forces that wouldn't just affect golf. They would affect every form of recreation, every form of discretionary spending.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
But the game is incredibly healthy, the recreational game.
There's another number that came out that you guys have been working on for the last few years, and that was 44% of Americans are somehow touched by the game of golf. Do you want to go into those macro numbers,
Sure.
which are mind-blowing?
Yes, so 136 million Americans play, watch, follow, or read about golf. So if you only have 29 million people playing golf on a golf course, but you've got 136 million people engaged in the game, you know that the great majority of them, they don't even play. So golf's image is so much better today than it was 20 years ago, that period that I keep comparing this current growth spurt to.
Yeah.
So we really are looking carefully. We're not Pollyanna, okay? We're not like, oh yeah, everything's wonderful. We're very critical of what's going on and the way that we measure how things are going. But this is a way to show the signs that make us believe how healthy golf is, how we're more resilient to outside forces. Nobody's bulletproof and nothing grows to the sky. Okay, but we're in a great position.
Real numbers, real honesty, and it is so darn impressive to see what's going on in the game of golf for so many different reasons. Greg, thank you for what you do for the game of golf, for the National Golf Foundation. It is a critically important source of information for validity, and it helps with the growth that the game has for many, many years. This is the type of information, for example, that a developer would need to go to a lending source and go, these are the reasons why. So thank you for all of that you've done.
My pleasure.
Amazing information to share with the world, and may we share it far and wide. All right, folks, we're going to be back with more of the Fairways of Life show as we continue broadcasting live. We are inside of the PXG booth from the 2026 PGA Show at the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando, Florida.
FlightScope Mevo Plus is the ultimate indoor and outdoor golf launch monitor and simulator. It gives you the club and ball data you need with the accuracy you demand. Mevo Plus comes with ownership of simulated golf courses for you to play and practice at home. Mevo Plus is an essential golf partner to help you improve and understand your game better. Put more purpose in your practice. To learn more and get your Mevo Plus, shop now at flightscope.com.
Head down, water down the left, walker down the right, take the club straight back.
Wandering minds. When golfers lose their focus, they're totally... But Bridgestone can help. Introducing Mindset. The ball scientifically designed to keep you focused. First, identify your target. Next, visualize your shot path.
And then focus on the green dot and smooth one.
Play the Tour B and E12 with Mindset technology. See what happens when we work together? Stuff like that.
What does it take to be an original?
Cam knows something about that. So does Chi-Chi, Charlie, and you get it. In 1955, we stepped onto the scene. Now a new generation of pros are wearing the most iconic styles in the game. The fit, the feel, the look. It's all an expression of you. Original Penguin. Here for the good times.
Middle market businesses are facing unprecedented shifts, which demand tailored solutions and decisive action. RSM stands as the unwavering leader of the middle market, empowering you to take charge of change and conquer this era of transformation. RSM. Experience the power of being understood.
You think you know Florida golf? Think again. 4 legendary courses and counting. Carved from reclaimed earth where a mining past meets a golf future. Wild but intentional, this is golf that makes you feel something. Legendary courses, unforgettable moments. This is Stream Song.
Head down, water down the left, bunker down the right, take the club straight back.
Wandering minds. When golfers lose their focus, they're totally... But Bridgestone can help. Introducing Mindset. The ball scientifically designed to keep you focused. First, identify your target. Next, visualize your shot path.
And then focus on the green dot and smooth one.
Play the Tour B and E12 with Mindset technology.
See what happens when we work together? Stuff like that.
Imagine your ultimate golf experience. There's a good chance it's Michigan's Magnificent 11. 11 spectacular courses from Boyne Golf, varied in both topography and play. Boyne Golf was named the #1 best golf destination in USA Today Reader's Choice 2025. And the Highlands at Harbor Springs is the #2 golf resort in that same USA Today poll. The ultimate golf experience. That's Michigan's Magnificent 11.
And we welcome you back live from the 2026 PGA Show. We are inside of the PXG booth. And it is absolutely spectacular here all week. So much excitement. John McLaughlin and Ruth Moran are here with me. Ruth from Tourism Ireland, and John, you guys already know from the show, one of my best friends in the world, from North and West Coast Links.com. If you want to check that out, that's John over there. How has the reaction been in the booth so far this week?
Crazy busy, thank God.
Really?
Yeah, very good. Wednesday was just phenomenal. We have 4 people floating around the booth, and every one of us have been busy all the time. So that was Wednesday. Thursday. This morning then, it's going to be interesting to see how this morning goes. We have a lot of people on other booths that haven't had time to come to see us.
Right.
So this morning is the time for that. So
Really? Yeah, and they have to get it in too, because pretty soon people start to get ready to head back home, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. As you guys know that are watching us from, at least in North America, there are huge storms sweeping across the United States, probably smashing into New York as we speak.
Yes,
Ruth, so what's the message for Tourism Ireland in terms of how and why Ireland right now is the hottest destination on the globe?
Well, we have been on the world stage between Rory winning his Grand Slam, which almost gave the entire island a heart attack, of course, but it lifted the entire country as well. And we've been basking in the glow from the summer of the Irish Open, the British Open that took place up in Portrush. Now we're actually looking forward to Adair Manor. We're hosting the Ryder Cup in 2027. So Ireland is actually having a generational moment. It's incredible. And there's so much new investment that's taking place as well. The southeast of Ireland, we've 2 new developments. Curracloe, which is in Wexford, and that's been designed by Darren Frey. It's an amazing course. If you've seen Private Ryan, Saving Private Ryan, those beaches that are epic, that's the view that you're going to have from that course, and it's
That's
absolutely...
where that film was actually done. There.
That's where it was filmed, exactly, and it's beautiful. And then the second course that's actually just announced is Britus Bay, and that's going to be playable in 2027. So fantastic to see the reinvestment and a lot of developments in Ireland as well. And Galway Bay, everybody knows the song Galway Bay. They've got a brand new luxury accommodation that's coming on stream as well for 2026. So an awful lot of developments, but also Ireland is just so excited. The hospitality is infamous for the Irish people. And to have the world back on our shores again for the Ryder Cup and again for the Walker Cup, actually, which is in 2026.
Yeah.
So we have a lot at Lahinch that's going to be
Palmer
played.
Cup at Tralee. It's incredible.
Well, you know what's amazing about the Palmer Cup? Arna Palmer designed the Tralee course, and it has never hosted the Palmer Cup. And this year is the 30th anniversary. So again, open arms, and Irish folks are going to be so welcoming for all of the following and all of the fans.
With that, I can remember talking to Mr. Palmer about that golf course some 20, 25 years ago, and he was so excited and so proud. As he likes to say, he designed the front 9 and God designed the back.
Earlier this year, and it was such a poignant moment. So there's great legacy, great history there, and as I say, you know, anybody who's coming to Ireland, it's that really warm welcome. And it's the golf and more. There's so much to do. Obviously on the golf course there's so much fun, and we laugh when we say, where else can you lose 3 balls, make 3 friends or 5 friends more than likely, and be in the pub before the music starts and learn an Irish jig.
No doubt about that. Yeah, Sam Saunders, when he gets a chance to go out and go to places just like this, Mr. Palmer's grandson is a great representative indeed. So, John, how much, when you're meeting with these throngs at your booth, are you starting to look beyond 2026 already and starting to talk about 27 Ryder Cup or otherwise?
Absolutely, yeah. So we have we've an incredibly busy year in 26 laid out ahead already. We still have availability for 26, which is a good news.
Yes.
And we actually have a few tee times still available in Royal Portrush and prime courses like that. So that's still there, and that's still in the melting pot. 27 with the Ryder Cup, yes, we have a lot of inquiries in there. So pre and post, and then that whole summer, having a Ryder Cup, the success of the Open, as Ruth mentioned, just is driving demand all the time. So it's going to be a very busy year, please God. And Ruth mentioned, the new hotels and all the investment that's gone in everywhere. Galway Bay, that you mentioned, is a new member of North and West Coast Links this year, so we're very excited about that. So, there are a number of hubs that we put people in, like Galway, Ballina, Monfalcone, as you know well, up into Donegal, Ballyliffin Townhouse, into Derry is becoming the Killarney of the Northwest, really. So
it's riding a hot streak.
Yeah, and the new Everington there, Bishopsgate, Da Vinci's Hotel, they're all fantastic. Into Belfast, all the Hastings hotels in there, and then down to Dublin. So, and all around the coast, there's great hubs and great availability, and golf courses are off the charts.
Indeed, they are. John's actually working on a trip for myself and my wife and some friends in September. So we're actually doing a couples trip. And Ruth, that kind of speaks to the fact that in Ireland, it's not defined. It doesn't have to be the buddies trip with just you and your male friends that you play golf with, perhaps on the weekend. You can go with any variety of mix. In fact, John, the trip we did with you, I forget what month that was in 2025, it was towards the summertime, in June, and we had upwards to 40 people, and we almost had a 50-50 mix with males and females, and it was great fun. We had a competition along the way. He put us in these 2 huge, gorgeous coaches that we rode through the countryside in. So there's, it's, how did you phrase it before we went on the air? It's not just about the golf, but what was the phrase that you used? The other or something?
Golf and more.
And golf and more. That's what she said. Golf and more.
Ireland goes beyond. And when Ireland goes beyond, it means it adopts you, literally. You know, everybody's had that moment where they make friends. And if somebody says, I'm putting the kettle on, you accept that invitation because you're making a friend for life.
Yeah.
But the food as well in Ireland, I just wanted to mention, oh my gosh, an awful lot of people that come to Ireland from the US have this misperception that it's all about corned beef and cabbage, because unfortunately they might have had that on a St. Patrick's Day celebration here. The food in Ireland is absolutely spectacular. We've had a whole culinary renaissance, and everything we've grass-fed, you know, stock we have, you literally could tee off, and the cows that are on the green watching you tee off, you're going to have served. There's a 2-mile radius of menus in Ireland. Ireland is naturally organic when you think about it. Fish that were swimming that day are actually served for meals that evening.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So it's just spectacular. So,
no doubt.
Yeah.
Absolutely no doubt about that. John, we're watching some footage from your trip that we were just talking about.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you know, we played the great courses there. You see Ballyliffin and you see Carnan and Scroll and Strandhill. We're on that trip. Port Stewart, Castle Rock, Royal Port Rush, and then round to Royal County Down. But the day that I'd say the day that we remember most, that I remember most, is the day we didn't play golf. And you were talking about golf and more, where we took the coaches. We went up to Slieve League. You know, we went up on. We got a tour up there. We had a guy up there playing guitar, and we had a bit of a sing-song. And then we went to the Slieve League distillery. You have it in your hand.
Am I judged too easily when I reach out at arm's length and pull a bottle of whiskey? Is this how the Fairways of Life show is done? But yeah, John, that was an incredible day that we had that experience and to actually learn how the whiskey is made.
Yeah, and James from there is just a fantastic fellow, and you know, he's so passionate about it, and he had us all around the table, and you know, tasting and the history, and he really embraces the culture of the area, and look at there it is. So he's a great fella. So Matt,
multi-generational. I think it's fabulous to see all of the family businesses that are continuing. Those small distilleries that are popping up all over Ireland have been in families for many, many years.
Oh, and we went to a factory too. What was the name of that one?
We went to the Ardra, the Trina design. So Kieran Mulhern looked after us very well there, and I believe you get a nice little suit or a jacket.
I bought a vest.
You did.
I bought a blue wool vest.
I believe that Ralph Lauren actually gets his tweed from Donegal, and from McGee's. Yeah,
from McGee's. So McGee's and Trina, they're
fabulous outlets. Yeah,
I think
so retail therapy.
There it is. There it is,
Weaver,
Ruth. This was from the television shows that we did. We did a couple hours of broadcasting from Ireland in 2025. Isn't that amazing?
And that's the dad of the family, and the son and daughter then run the business from a marketing and sales perspective.
And I love the colours. They have every colour that you'll see on the landscape. It's all that beautiful lavenders and oranges. It's absolutely spectacular.
Would you come together like this, and you think about a herringbone, you know, vest or jacket and a sweater, and how they pull it together? Incredible, and it is authentic, and it is old school, and it does take you back through generations.
You'll have it for a lifetime.
And you'll have it for a lifetime, proudly worn. All right, before we let you go, Ruth, today, I do want to talk about this, because I was just going to say I'd be remiss if I didn't go down this path, and that is you do not need to be intimidated about planning a trip to the Emerald Isle, whether you use a service like North and West Coast Links.com, where you will get more information on it. Talk to us about access and ease of coming to the island, whether you're doing it on your own or whether you're using a service.
Well, I highly recommend using a specialist operator, because they are just excellent. And as John has mentioned, he knows everybody on the island, I think, at this stage, and certainly in the Northwest. But you can also go to Ireland.com, where we have recommendations for a lot of, you know, opportunities to see. When you are planning your trip, it is fantastic that you can actually get under the skin of. We have representatives throughout the island of Ireland that would love to engage with you and to talk with you. Anytime that folks are coming to Ireland, it is an opportunity for them. We often say there are no strangers in Ireland, there's only friends that you've yet to meet. And your planning process is the part of that friendship. So again, an awful lot of people that specialise in Ireland, available on Ireland.com, and we would love to speak with you and help you along that journey to come to Ireland.
Incredible. John, thank you. Ruth, thank you as well for joining us up here. As I like to say about a trip to Ireland, it's not as if you have left wherever you're from. To me, it's about coming home. We'll be back with more live from the 2026 PGA Show right after this.
You think you know Florida golf? Think again. 4 legendary courses and counting. Carved from reclaimed earth where a mining past meets a golf future. Wild but intentional, this is golf that makes you feel something. Legendary courses, unforgettable moments. This is Stream Song.
Head down, water down the left, bunker down the right, take the club straight back.
Wandering minds. When golfers lose their focus, they're totally... But Bridgestone can help. Introducing Mindset. The ball's scientifically designed to keep you focused. First, identify your target. Next, visualize your shot path.
And then focus on the green dot and smooth one.
Play the Tour B and E12 with Mindset technology.
You see what happens when we work together? Stuff like that.
Imagine your ultimate golf experience. There's a good chance it's Michigan's Magnificent 11. 11 spectacular courses from Boyne Golf, varied in both topography and play. Boyne Golf was named the #1 best golf destination in USA Today Reader's Choice 2025. And the Highlands at Harbor Springs is the #2 golf resort in that same USA Today poll. The ultimate golf experience. That's Michigan's Magnificent 11.
This is golf.
Nice shot, honey.
And this is Golf's Superstore.
Oh, yeah, we'll take this.
The Rome clubs are costing you strokes. PXG can fix that for an amazing new price. PXG Black Ops drivers, double gold winning, effortless distance, and game-changing forgiveness. PXG Gen 7 irons, unmatched quality, precision, and a feel so pure you'll never want to swing anything else. Save your season and save with incredible new pricing on Black Ops and Gen 7. Book your fitting now. PXG, you've never played like this before.
Hey, I'm golf broadcaster Matt Adams. You know, Hub's Peanuts has been cooking up the top 1% of peanuts for over 70 years. And these aren't your average nut. These are super extra large Virginia peanuts cooked in the USA. Family-owned Hub's Peanuts have more protein than any other nuts. So whether it's a boost on the course or a special gift, the variety of flavors guarantees Hub's Peanuts is just what you need. Family-owned, nutritious, delicious, and sustainable. Hub's Peanuts, it's just right. HubsPeanuts.com.
FlightScope Mevo Plus is the ultimate indoor and outdoor golf launch monitor and simulator. It gives you the club and ball data you need with the accuracy you demand. Mevo Plus comes with ownership of simulated golf courses for you to play and practice at home. Mevo Plus is an essential golf partner to help you improve and understand your game better. Put more purpose in your practice. To learn more and get your Mevo Plus, shop now at flightscope.com.
4! This is golf, and this is Golf Superstore, the only place you can walk in for a free driver fitting, have it built, and tee it up the same day. Try Fit and Go today.
Welcome back to the PXG Custom Studios. What better place is there for me to say that than here inside of PXG's booth? And we are live at the 2026 PGA Show. There are still thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of the faithful packed in the aisleways on this final day of the 2026 PGA Show. Yes, the rows between the thorns, Christina and Mike and myself. Mike, I'm going to start with you for a second.
Sure.
Dude, we're right down the road from where you won on the PGA Tour. Big event.
Big event. You know what? It brings back a lot of memories, and it really set a trajectory for me in life, you know.
Incredible.
So it was fun to win the Bay Hill Invitational. Thank you, Greg Norman, for missing that 3-foot putt, and I appreciate that.
Say that.
But you know what? It was a real blessing to do that, and an honor to win Arnold's tournament. Because as you know, I grew up in Western Pennsylvania. If you couldn't win a major event, a U.S. Open, a Masters, a British, or PGA, for me, the next best tournament was Arnold's tournament. So what a blessing.
To have him shake your hand, it had to be
just fabulous.
Was it emotional for you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Did you hold in the tears or no?
Yes.
You could tell us. Would you?
Well, I do a lot of crying. You know that.
Yeah.
Especially as I'm getting older.
It's good to know. It's good to know. That's what we're here to do, is to reveal these stories. But the Parade of Legends continues. How are you, my friend?
I'm so good, Matt. I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me, having us, being here at the show with PXG. It's everything that PXG is doing. It seems every time I come back, they just keep adding to the accolades.
I was my producer, John Burkett, this morning, because we had to run over here and we had to help. Is he here? Yeah, he's sitting over there. We had to kind of drop some stuff off for Dominic and get yelled at. But we're leaving and someone goes, "Hey, you." We both turned and looked to see, and it was you on the hologram.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. The technology is crazy.
It looks so realistic, and that's part of the problem, because now I know what I look like when I'm yelling at people to come visit me.
You did yell at us. You got us to whip around and go, and we both went, "Oh, it's Christina in a hologram."
It's so funny. That hologram is absolutely amazing. It was incredible. Although this morning when I was walking in, there was a gentleman coming down the aisle, and he looked at me. He goes, "Mike," he goes, "I'm going to be honest with you. I'm tired of listening to you." It played on a loop.
I'll let you know if we get to that point with today's interview.
Okay, all right.
So, hey, I want to ask you a question. Yes. Earlier when Brad was on, he was talking about Marco. He's talking about Potgieter, the player of the year, actually signing on. I was like, dude, if we had to pick two young players, and you and I would probably talk about this on PGA Tour Live at some point. If you had to pick two young players, say, which young player do you think could win a major championship this year? Am I wrong? Would those be the two young players we'd probably both pick?
I would definitely, yeah. I mean, Aldrich, I would absolutely pick him. He is just unbelievable stock. Just early 20s. Like he's a literal puppy still, and he just has that. He's got that passion, that creativity, that artistry, along with that measure of power. It's wild. And Marco, I mean, to a lot of people, he's an uncut gem. He's unfinished, because a lot of people here in the States, frankly, don't know who he is. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's not our fault that they don't know who he is. They're not paying attention.
A little bit.
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
I'm not the one that's like not that wasn't clicking on to see the DP
World
Tour. But I think you hit the nail on the head. Like PXG has done such a great job of making sure that they get the right people and at the right time too.
So I want to ask you about that, because you've gone through this process where you're trying to decide what equipment am I going to play. It's if you don't make the right choice as a professional, it's a problem. It's not just as people think about money. It's about performance. It's about culture. How have you found your pathway to PXG?
So mine, PXG, they just celebrated 10 years. They were in our 11th year as a company. I've been with them for, like, let's say once we hit that 10-year mark, it was 9 years and 8 months. I was just, I was a fat younger kid running after the siblings, being like, "Wait for me." Well, it's just I was late to the show by a couple of months. But I looked at who was on staff, and I've known Bob for almost 20 years, just even before PXG was even a thought. And I saw, you look at the roster, and you're like, well, anyone could hit anything with anything. For me, a large part of it was the fact that Zach Johnson, who is a wizard around the greens, went to PXG, because it's a company that, with Mike and everyone at the R&D and everyone with just all of the thoughts and the access to the technology that we have. Like, if someone like Zach was willing to make a change and go to PXG, like, for me, I was like, that's the kind of guy that's something that really matters, because he has to be so precise with every club in his bag, especially, like, his wedges are like his hands. They're an extension of his body, more so than most tour players. And I know all of the other OEMs. I've worked with a lot of them throughout the length of my career. And for me, my guy is Chris Kessler. That's my guy that builds my clubs. You know, whereas sometimes with other manufacturers, I mean, everyone does a great job. I'm not here to say anything, but one thing I love is that PXG has me working with Chris. Chris is the one that knows the exact grind that I want on my wedges. I don't have to keep sending it back. He knows exactly the things that I need. And between that, and I'm so sorry, I can go on and on.
Wait, Chris is grinding your wedges?
Isn't Chris grinding my wedges?
I'm going to have to talk to Chris when I get back there.
No, it's a me problem. I'm super picky. I'm super picky. But another thing about PXG is you take any of the fitters that we have at any of our locations around the country, now around the globe, you pluck them, you plonk them on the PGA Tour, the LPGA Tour, the Korn Ferry Tour, and they can fit seamlessly right in with the team. So the fitters are something that really sets them apart from any other manufacturer.
Did you get in everything you wanted to?
We got time.
Actually, we don't. That's all the time we have. Proceed to use it all up. We'll see you
Really
later.
enjoyed the talk, Matt.
Mike, I do want to ask you. I went deep on equipment with Brad a little while ago, so I'm not going to go deep with you on equipment at this point. But I do want to ask you. You guys showed up at the PGA Show. Surely you had expectations. You may have even had some reservations what to expect. How has the reception been?
Honestly, Matt, it's been exceptional. I mean, it's beyond anything we expected. All of the people coming into the booth, and look, you know, most people know I worked for Ping for like 23 years. I went down to the Ping booth. It was hugs and, you know, all the way around. And I haven't seen a lot of these guys for a long time. So to see those guys, to see and connect with a lot of my old friends here, and all the new people that came in. And look, I'm going to say it this way: if you're not part of the of the PGA Show, you're not even in this industry. I'm telling you, if you're not here, you're not here. So it's just wonderful that we have come here now, and people are starting to realize that we're a big part of this industry, and we're here to stay.
Yeah, and they also can realize that there's something for them when they come into the PXG booth.
Something for everyone, yes.
Yeah, it's a special spot to be here. I'm so glad we made the decision to do it, and I look forward to being back here many, many years in the future.
Awesome.
Yeah,
well, we're very proud of what you guys have
Yeah,
accomplished, and we're very glad that you are here at the PGA Show because it's been a huge hit for everybody. Like you're talking about the importance of being here from an industry perspective. Agree, and it's true, but it's also important for the industry that you are here because you're one of the major players, and we need that exposure. I'm proud of you, my friend. I always am with everything that you're doing. The way you represent Ping or PXG is amazing. The way you represent yourself, and I'm looking forward to working with you. Hopefully,
very excited.
PGA Tour Live as we go on down the road. Michael, thanks again.
Thanks so
for
much,
the hospitality here as well, and thank you to all of you for joining us on the Fairways of Life show, live from the PGA Show this year. Thank you to everybody that's watching us across North America on ESPN, and for those of you that are joining us around the world. Until we are together again, we say goodbye and be well.